Hi, everybody. Guess what? It's Monday evening at 8 p.m., at least in the Pacific zone, and right here in Hollywood. So I have, I am here talking about Merle's Pearls. Merle's Pearls are my pearls, pearls of wisdom. Aha, that's what I mean. Now, every week I discuss something about relationship. And today I'm going to talk about a really important factor in relationships. You know, when you hear people talking about relationships, it's am I getting what I should be getting out of this relationship? I mean, am I getting it? And I want to suggest today, and I'll give you a story about it, that maybe we shouldn't always just be focused on, am I getting? And think about, am I giving? So what do I mean? I'll tell you. I could give you many instances from clients, but I'm going to tell you something from my own story. You know, I'm married over 50 years to, by the way, to the same man and happily, mostly happily, because around near 19, just about when I was going to be married 20 years, I was not happy. I was so unhappy that I talked about splitting up. I talked about, enough is enough already. And to the point where we talked to our kids, and one of my kids said, maybe you should talk with someone about it. And I said, well, Daddy won't do that. Does that sound like partners when they're not happy with each other? Well, he won't do that. And he wouldn't. But at this point, he said, all right, I will. And we did see a therapist. And quite frankly, Nathan did try. He really did things that he thought could make me happy. It was clear he wanted this to work, and it was clear he was doing whatever he could to make me happy. And frankly, it wasn't working. It just wasn't working. And that's when I had an epiphany, because I saw that he was doing everything he could. I saw that it wasn't working. And I had assumed that the reason I was unhappy was on account of him. And here I was, seeing a man really trying to make me happy, and I'm still not happy. So I realized that, hey, maybe I need to do something else. Maybe rather than dumping it on him, rather than being victimized by his daring to not make me happy, that I had to look somewhere else. And so where else is there to look? There's him in the room and there's me in the room, and it ain't him. So I started looking at myself, and I said, hey, if you're not happy, it's on you. You have to make yourself happy. You can't rely on an outside source to make you happy. It just was so clear. And it had never been before. So I said, oh, and I don't know if it's true for men. I know it's certainly true for women. Lots of times we feel guilty, taking care of ourselves. We feel guilty thinking about, well, what will make us happy? And then we get grouchy when we're not. So I decided I looked for my model to the stewardess, or what are they? The flight attendant on the airplanes. And you know, the flight attendant on the airplane says, when the oxygen mask comes down, put it on yourself first. Because if you don't have air in your lungs, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. So, and yes, Christina, it's true. You can't change anybody else. You have to do the changing. And that's what became absolutely clear to me. But, you know, it's clear, okay, I have to change. Well, first of all, what does that mean? And second of all, I don't like people pushing me around, even myself. So it's not that I have to change. No, I don't have to do anything. But I can make myself happy. But how? How? I had no idea. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what would make me happy. So I had a brilliant, it was a default action, but as I look at it now, it was totally brilliant, because what I said was, I have no idea what will make me happy, so what can I do? I can just do anything that will, that I think about. I don't know if it'll make me happy. If I think about it, it must have come into my mind for a reason. Because here I am thinking about what will make me happy, and I have no idea, but I thought about. So that's what I did. If I thought about it, I did it. And of all the silly things, and of course it's not silly now, but I thought, what is the big deal? I joined Toastmasters, a communication and leadership organization. A lot of people know about Toastmasters. And I had to give speeches and things. And as much as it was scary, fabulous. And the people were wonderful. What I learned was that people that I saw in the room were not people I thought I would ever pick as a friend. And yet, being there and being quiet and listening and hearing everybody else's story, I'm saying, oh, they're really pretty interesting, neat people. And so I made friends with people I would not have considered talking to before, which gave me an indication of, my goodness, I've been cutting off a lot of people unnecessarily from my life. And maybe I had too narrow blinders, and maybe that too narrow blinders extended in a lot of ways. So I joined Toastmasters. I had always wanted to be active in my temple, and I called the rabbi and said, I want to be active in the temple. And he said, who are you? Well, you can tell I wasn't active before this, but I knew a committee I wanted to be on. I found out about it. I got on it. I became the head of it. I became the president of the temple at some point. So what did that do? Actually, it made me happy. It really made me happy. And so when I came home from work, I said, hi, honey. I forgot I was mad at him. You know, this guy that I was the person was now my honey lamb. How are you doing, sweetie? I didn't do it on purpose. He didn't change, but I changed. You know, when you're happy, you see things out of different color glasses than when you're not happy. So if you're not happy, everything looks dark. Everything looks like you're wearing dark glasses. And so does your partner. Oh, well, so that's interesting. So a lot of the things, apparently, that I faulted him for, it's not that it wasn't true. It just wasn't that it was such a big deal. That was very interesting. And so what did I do? I stopped saying, what was the topic today? Instead of what is the relationship doing for you? What are you doing for the relationship or your other partner? Uh, Christina says, when you have a purpose, it makes you happy. Well, that may be true, but and of course it's always true, but I don't know if it was that I had a purpose. It was, my purpose was looking to see what would make me happy. And when I did, everything looked different, because look at the people you know that are happy and the people you know that are unhappy. The people that are unhappy will tell you, excuse me, everything that's wrong. They will tell you everything that's wrong with the government. They will tell you everything that's wrong with society. They will tell you everything that's wrong with their family. And if you're not careful, they'll tell you everything that's wrong with you. That's when they're not happy. And then the people that are happy, true, all my friends have commented about how happy I look. Apparently, I seem like I am glowing from it. Yes. And the people that are happy glow from it. And so they say nice things. They see, yes, the government is not perfect, though. I could tell you things wrong with it, but it's moving along. Okay? My neighborhood has some crazy people in it, but pretty much it's a nice place to live. And they're seeing everything from the good side. They're seeing the pretty things. I mean, you can always look in the alley with the trash cans, or you can look at the front lawn with the green grass. And that's so important. When you do that, when you start, first of all, you have to make yourself happy first. You have to get that oxygen into your own lungs. But do that, because it not only makes you happy, it makes everybody around you. I think, Christina, you mentioned it earlier. It's that ripple effect. Yes, I have seen you unhappy and happy. And I will tell you, Christina, what's true with you is true with everyone. You're much happier when you're happy, and you do glow, and we all have an aura about us that's much more pleasant to be around. And there are more things that we can learn from each other. So what I did when I was happy was, the focus wasn't so much on what he's given to me, what he's not given to me, what he should be doing, what he isn't doing. It's, he's a guy, he's trying his best, he loves me, and that's nice. That just, I'm already happy because I'm doing all these things that make me happy. That just is an added bonus for me. So, what can I don't need you don't even have to think of what can I do to make him happy. All I have to do is say, wow, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for not thank you for making a mess, but thank you when you cleaned up. Not oh darn, you left all the stuff on the counter. It's thank you for putting out the trash. And just being aware that that other person contributes to your life, and that some of it is behind the scenes. Some of it is, if you're not paying attention, you don't notice it. It's like when we go for walks, which I do with friends 5 days a week, and we walk up at the lake, and there's deer and there's wildlife, a tame wildlife, fortunately. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mess with the deer, but a coyote, rabbits, squirrels, and a lot of birds, wonderful birds. But you know, if you, the amazing thing about nature is that that deer, that big deer, can just hide in the background. It's amazing. And sometimes the good things that our partner does hides in the background if we're not looking, if we're not intentional, if we're not being working at being aware of what he or she is doing for me. And that's what I meant when I'm saying focus on what your partner is doing for you, and then what you can do for your partner. I got discombobulated by the computer. So I want to make it absolutely clear that we always say, oh, he does this, he doesn't do this for me, he's this, he's that, we're always complaining how we're victimized by an unfair, imperfect. I used to have a website, Imperfect Spouse. My spouse, let me tell you, is imperfect, but he loves me. And I want to tell you something. I'm imperfect, but I love him. And if you're not sure, just see how you act. See how you care. People that are in your life, and if they leave your life, if you will miss them more than you realize. So that's it. I don't have to go on about this. Once in a while, yes, we always complain. Yes, he's always wrong. No, he's not always wrong. He's always wrong sometimes. But yes, so are we. And let's just be grateful and show it. Because, and here's my parting words. If what we focus on expands, and you know that it does, what you focus on expands, let's expand the gratitude, the appreciation, and the love that we're getting and giving. That's my last word. So if you want to if you have any questions that this has brought on, you can go to relationshipmiracleworker.com/discovery session, and we can talk for 15 minutes. Find out a time that's good for you, and I'll answer any questions that you have. If you want to see old videos, relationshipmiracleworker.com/videos. You can see all the old videos. And and my republishing my book, the Valentine relationship book. It's so adorable, and it's Valentine's coming up. It's short, it's easy, it's cute to give to your partner. You can sit down and read it together. Really kind of fun. Bill, you're asking about video? No. relationshipmiracleworker.com/videos. And it's all the past Facebook Live shows that I've done. That's it. Everybody, have a fabulous rest of the evening. Have a fabulous week. I will see you next Monday. Take care. Bye.